So let's say you're doing a Google search such as this, WWDC 2024, as we know that's coming up starting tomorrow. So I do a search here and I get all these results back, right? Obviously starts with Apple, so that they're the top of the list there. Then I get all these different links related to, or these results related to WWDC 2024. And I just don't have the time to like click on each one of them, read them, blah, blah, blah. So, hey, I thought to myself, let's figure out how to like use the power of LLMs, generative AI, to scrape all these different sites and summarize them for me, or pretty much, ask any questions I want of all of these different search results. So I created what I call a super app here, where we can do a generic search or a topic specific search or YouTube hotel search, and then use the power of large language model such as OpenAI's GPT models to summarize or answer questions about the content. So how do I do this? I went to SerpApi and first of all got an API key from here, because you're going to need the SerpApi key to do those things that I'm going to show you in this video. So here at SerpApi, you can explore all search engines that they support. These are all the search engines they support: Google Search, Google Maps, on and on, YouTube Search, even Apple App Store API, etc. A whole lot of things here. So, if you don't have a SerpApi key, come here. I'll leave you a link here. Register. It's all free. They'll give you 100 searches free per month. And even if you're going to use more than that, then you're going to have to pay for it. But in any case, 100 searches free. Okay, so let's get over to my super app here. And as I said, I've set up, here's the home page. It tells you about all the different things I've set up here, 2 different models to choose from. I included GPT-4o here because there are at times when my articles are going to be quite lengthy. I don't want to be limited by the 16,000 token context window with GPT 3.5 Turbo. Okay, so that's that. Before I get going, hey, as you watch the rest of the video and you find it interesting, useful, or helpful, please like and subscribe. All right, with that out of the way, let's jump into this. So SerpApi key required. In this app that I created, I'm going to give you that whole code, like 400 lines plus worth of code, and then you can use it as is, nuance it, etc. Hey, before I get going, actually, I do want to tell you something. There are 2 reasons why I'm doing this. One, I have this crazy ideas. Like I said, hey, what if I want to like take a bunch of different links and then have LLM tell me, what are those different articles telling me about that topic, etc. So that's just my curiosity. 2, I think by doing this and sharing it with you all, I'm hoping you all can come up with some other, more cool ideas than I can come up with and say, you know what, that's great, but you could have done this and that. Great, man. That's why I like to give you guys the code so you can go at it and reconfigure my code to your use case. So, okay, now clearly with all that out of the way, let's get to, like, say, generic search. So let's just do the WWDC 2024. So now it's going to use the SerpApi API key to bring back some results here. And I'll show you in my code where you can like sort of limit the number of search results it brings back. So obviously I don't know, I probably had 3, although I say top 5. In any case, so let's see. Let's see. I want to take this guy here, okay? Take this URL and I'm going to paste that in. Now I could have done 2 of them or 3 of them or as many as I want. All you got to do is hit the space bar, so have a space between different links, okay? And then it will scrape all. If I had 2 or 3, it would scrape each one of those guys, and it will go retrieve the content from that URL, which it has done. So then I'm going to say, all right, summarize the article in, let's do this, 25 words or less. All right. So then I went a step further. I said, okay, in this case, I'm only doing one article and I'm limiting it to 25 words. But let's say I had selected all three of those articles, and I had said, hey, summarize each one of them, or give me an oral summary, etc. It doesn't matter. And sometimes this summaries themselves could be like 100, 200, 300, 400 words, who knows, right? So being that I'm lazy, I'm like, okay, sometimes I might want to read the text copy, or the summary, the text summary. In this case, it's 25 words. It shouldn't take me that long to read that. But if it wasn't, so I built this little thing where I actually take this content, or this output that I get from GPT 3.5 Turbo, and I send it to a platform called D-ID, and I'll leave you a link to this as well, so where you can create a talking head, basically. And how that works is I would send over this content to D-ID. I would send over an image that I want them to animate for me, and rest they will do. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so it should be coming back shortly. We will see. This is the image I provided that I created on Stable Diffusion, and you can see D-ID here. All right, let's go ahead and play this.
Apple's WWDC 2024 event will focus on AI integration, including updates to Siri, new AI features and apps, and potential partnerships with OpenAI.
All right, so pretty cool, huh? So I'm going to give you the code that does all this. That thing is, you're going to have to sign up with that D-ID platform and SerpApi and all that if you don't already have those API keys, okay? But in any case, I thought it was pretty cool. I think there's actually a use case for this. I could actually create videos like this and publish them on YouTube, right? Anyway, let's see what else I've done here. I've done YouTube search, but guys, I did a whole separate video on. I built a whole separate app, a YouTube summarizer app, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description below, so you can go check out that video, which then also gives you a link to where the code is that lets you summarize YouTube video. So I'm not going to do that here. So we did a generic search. Let's do a topic specific. So all I did here was like provided just 3 of many different topics that you would see if you go to Google News, right? If you go to Google News, you see all these different topics: business, finance, technology, sports, world, U.S., etc., politics, whatever there may be. So I just limited it to 3. Again, I'm giving you the code. You can add some more. Okay. So let's say I were to select technology. I got some results back, and might as well just do it here. I don't know. Cows. All right. Cows in an electric collar. Collars. Okay, let's see what that guy's all about. And so I'm going to do the same thing. Again, if you selected more than one, you can do that. You would hit the space bar, paste the next one, on and on. So it's going to go scrape the content from that site. And I'm just going to say same thing here. Summarize in 30 words or less. I'm trying to, for the sake of the video, trying to limit this kind of thing. So I, again, did the same thing. You could view this as a text output, or have that image that I uploaded, have that talking head read that out loud to you, okay? Using D-ID's platform that will animate all this stuff for you. Okay. Okay, pretty cool. This is actually a pretty cool one. So let me do a hotel search, right? So for many reasons, let's say I want to have the LLM summarize the results I would get if I search for Bali resorts on Google, okay? And actually, I'm going to change this to a larger model. The way I have this set up is you got to put in the check-in date. Let's say, I don't know, 09/15 to 2024/09. If I'm going that far, I'm going to stay a week. Obviously, taking my wife with me, so 2 of us. All right, so I'm going to go get the results. So the way I have this set up is it just goes and gets like I don't know, all the resorts it comes back with, and then I said, okay, create a nice little summary in a table format. Show me this, show me that. So we'll see this in a couple of few seconds here. GPT 4.0 doesn't have as much of latency as it used to have with GPT-4 Turbo. I think they've gotten better. So this is what it spits back. It's in my code, that prompt, right? If you don't like the prompt I have, either you can actually have something here that allows the user to give a prompt and then gets the results, or modify my prompt. But I thought I'd done a decent job. So I took those results and kind of like said, the price and number of stars and amenities, kind of summarize that for me in a table for the top 10, I think, or something like that. And then give me a narrative, ultimately leading to, I said, give me an oral recommendation, GPT. So based on the comprehensive amenities, high star, the Anvaya Beach Resort Bali is the best choice for a luxurious, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there you go. Pretty cool, I think. Again, I'm going to give you the code. You don't like some of these elements or you want to add some other stuff, go at it. Okay, and then I did something similar here for finance, and you can mess around with all that stuff. All right, so here's the code. And so it's going to require that you have, the primary thing is the API keys. You're going to need to have an OpenAI API key, SerpApi, and D-ID. Okay, and the rest of the code, like I told you, it's over 400 lines. It's yours. I'm going to give it to you. And there you go. This is the D-ID. I'll leave a link for that. SerpApi. Guys, honestly, I only scratched the surface here. I hope you can figure out what else you can do with all this stuff. I've thought about how to use the maps, right? You can literally get the map, and you can actually show the map on your Streamlit app, etc. So if you do those kind of crazy things, let me know what you did, and I'd love to take your ideas and incorporate them into what I do. So cool. There you go, guys. Hope you found this useful, interesting, or helpful, or all three. Until next time.